Good morning or afternoon to everyone, wherever you may be. Um, to begin with, Saraswati and I want to announce the next series, which will be unfolding in this movement practice. This has proven to be very fruitful for me and seems to be popular, so we're going to press on. And what we will do in this next series is I will be working with an individual here in my studio, coaching them through this Mentastics movement exploratory process to address particular injuries, chronic issues. Uh, this might be states of mind, it might be physical discomforts and restrictions, limitations, whatever that might be. But it'll be a one-on-one practice with me working with some of my clients, and we're opening the net to people from Saraswati's Yoga Kula studio. And I want to add anybody who lives within a comfortable driving distance of me and my studio here in El Cerrito in the East Bay. I'm open to any volunteer of any of you who've been in these classes to offer up your issues for some demonstration. So casting a net to see who we will have for 6 individuals and hopefully 6 ranging possibilities of issues in this or that part of the body, issues in this or that part of the emotional flow. So those dates, I'll pause for a moment if you don't have a pen.
Deane, I put them in the chat box.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So just to verbalize them, that will be starting on July 11th. That's a Sunday. Next Sunday, July 18th. The next Sunday, July 25th. We'll have a 2-weekend break between the 3 series. So the second series of 3 will start on August 15th. Next Sunday, August 22nd. The next Sunday, August 29th. And will all those be at our regular 10 o'clock hour?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I got a note from Caroline somewhere back in my files saying 11, but
okay, I'll check in with Carolyn. We'll also email everybody, and as we've done before, everything will be recorded so you can go back and review.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. All right. So today, our last session in this series is titled Putting It All Together. Now, I want to say at the outset, we've assembled a lot to put all together. We've been through something like 10 hours of me doing my thing up here, suggesting repertoires, suggesting attitudes, things to play with. So what I am not going to do is a brisk jog trot through everything that we have played with together over the last 10 hours of class. Jog trot is precisely what we don't want. What I will be doing, looking back on where we've been, pieces of the repertoire that strike me as of daily importance, of current importance for me, but to spend an hour and a half or more just moving through my body as a full global exploration, this part, that part, putting pieces and parts together, progressing from easier, more external movements to deeper and deeper challenges to the core flexibility and movement of our bodies. And so that will be the agenda. And I just want to say that this morning I woke up realizing during the middle of the night I had another little tweak in my left sacroiliac. I think that tweak has been progress. Some years ago, on a slick surface, my feet shot out from under me to the front, and I fell with all my weight right on my sacrum. And it was not happy for a long time thereafter. But I've been having those little nightly, even loud clicks, or what I felt this morning, a little achiness, something has shifted, something's moved. So I'm going to be looking at that little central anchor of my pelvic girdle running up my back and down my legs for myself this morning. And I invite you to put a little focus there with me. So that being said, I want to also take just a brief reflection back on all the systems of the body that I see this work directly affecting and having direct developmental insights and possibilities for. First of all, I've emphasized so many times and in classes past, what we're looking for is a fluidity in the body and its movements, and a free, shimmering, jiggling, bouncing of all my bodily fluids. Now, I am a 75 to 80% water. So it is that fluidity and that aqueousness that is the medium through which all physiological, metabolic, biochemical, hormonal exchanges takes place. And it's the medium through which all of my circulatory pumping takes place. It's the medium through which all my lymph drainage and filtering and return to the bloodstream takes place. So nothing could be more basic to our organic existence than the fluidity of all those systems. It's that fluidity and that free circulatory churning movement of our being's waters, which is the delivery for all of the biochemical processes going on in our body. Nutrition in, waste materials out. It all depends on the open channels and the openness of the internal sea, which is the intercellular fluid between all of the cells of my body, bathing the membrane of every cell in the body. And so it is that fluidity. We also use in this practice the fluid bounce of those muscles. And you see this little water balloon jiggling back and forth. And as it swings this way, there's a little tug through the muscular tissues. And as it swings this way, there's another little tug. So tug, 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 as I'm bouncing that water balloon of my triceps at this moment, back and forth, back and forth. The momentum of that tidal swish of those fluids, which I am shimmering wherever they may be, bouncing wherever they may be, are adding this little pendulum swing to coaxing a little more length, and coaxing a little more length, and coaxing a little more length, not through any strenuous stretching, but by simply getting the fluid tidal motion in tidal wave bounce and back and forth to get going and flowing and jiggling and shimmering. All those little water balloon sloshing movements are giving slight beckoning little tugs to the system that controls my mother muscle length, my muscle elasticity, my muscle freedom of full contraction and full extension. So the fluidity of our system is in some ways number one. because everything else will feed into that. The other thing that we are paying attention to is coaxing adjustments in our muscle lengths and in their resting length, and particularly around restrictions and chronic contractions. We're seeking to lengthen those muscles that have gotten tied up around past injuries or